Hello. Listen, I am here to talk about Africa again. Now listen, before you scroll past this video, for who? Please, I want you to know that they want you to scroll past this video. So please, fight that demon of scrolling past this video. Aye? Listen, I want to make you understand something that I think most, especially the motivational speakers that we have across Africa, haven't even talked about. Now listen, the African mind will never change unless you change the information you feed it from its young age. Do you get it? I'm telling you. Now let me explain further. Listen, you see, in fact, African countries, we have been fed wrong information from our young age. Wrong, wrong information. It has been fed in our brain. I'm telling you. A few Africans understand their history. They understand their background. I want you to go back and see what you learn in your high schools. I'm telling you, for who? Go back and see what you are learning in your high schools. All African countries, go back and see what you are learning. Let me tell you something. The African history is so rich that if a child was to be exposed to that history, believe me, that child will be a problem to the Western world. I'm telling you, every person that is causing problems to the Western world, every person that actually is a threat to the Western world, knows very well the history of Africa. Believe me, for who? I'm telling you. That's why if your African leader understands the African history, believe me, that country is a champion. I'm telling you. Your country is actually likely to be the first one to be liberated from this economic struggle and the chain that we have been chained in. I'm telling you. That country is likely to gain freedom. I'm telling you. Our schools, you will not find any history that documents or even books that talk about what was happening in Ghana, slave trade, what was happening in Nigeria, what was happening in Uganda, what was happening in Zimbabwe, in South Africa, in Nigeria. They will not teach you about that. They will not teach about that history. We have big names, Patrice Lumumba, Sankara Thomas, all these big names that we have in Africa. Trust me, some of you don't even know what Nelson Mandela did. All you know is that he was famous. He was a known person. Those are the only things. That's the only information we have, and that is the problem with Africa right now. Only a few individuals that take interest in knowing the history of Africa are actually the individuals that have actually been liberated. I'm telling you, for who? Trust me. Go back to your schools. You talk about, an African needs to think what? No. Our children, what information are you feeding them? Let me tell you something. You see, as Africans, trust me, we have what we call lost identity. A few Africans know where they come from. I'm telling you, for who? We cannot tell a story properly. We can't. There's somewhere where the information is just lost. We can't remember it, but we would rather learn about others. I don't even know why Africans, we are like that. We will spend time, our governments will even spend money on us learning about others. And yet we don't know our own cultures. We don't know our own identity. We don't know our own history. History. However you understand it. I was very happy. I've been a very happy person. Last month was my happiest. I was very happy. Because one country in Africa said, no, we are changing this language. They said, no, this is not going to be our official language. We're not going to bow down to these people. They said, no. We are no longer going to make French our official language. Do you know what that means to the child that is born in that country? It means that child will be automatically liberated. That child will speak their tongue. Your country and your leader. How are you doing today? We are still speaking the Queen's language. To an extent where if someone does not speak the Queen's language properly, we as Africans, we laugh at that person. the bondage is serious. Yeah, the bondage is serious. I'm telling you, I mean, for who? If your leader right now is not seeing the movement that is taking place, you are not taking interest. Your country, your leader has not taken interest. You are a doomed nation. I'm telling you. Trust me. What are you feeding your children? Some of these things that you've learned in these schools, I'm telling you, the person who brought education here in Africa, that is what I call a master plan. That was a master plan. It was a master plan. Somebody thought it through. That is English. I even want to stop speaking this English. In fact, let me tell you something. The next time you see me make a video, I'm likely to start speaking is Kiswahili. Short commercial break. Have you registered with 1xBet? If not, now is the time to register with 1xBet and make sure it's the promo code African Joker to qualify for that 300% bonus just like that for you. 1xBet is the best betting platform out there. So what are you waiting for? Register today and bet the easy way. Now back to the issue. Yeah, even doing that commercial break for me was very difficult. This ridiculous language. Yeah, life is hard, but it is what it is. Trust me, imagine if Africa, we said, no. Keep your languages. Thank you very much. We have understood it. We've used your language for some time, but I think you are saying, I think we are okay now. We are fine with your language. There's no way a country, the whole country, is even proud to say, no, English is our official language. How? Like, I don't understand. You people are black, but you want to speak the Queen's language. That's where I knew it, that this is where the problem is. I'm telling you, I mean, for who? This is our official language. We can't do without it. I just said, mama. These are problems. Your leaders right now. I want you to observe this. Your leaders during campaigns, they rarely speak English. They don't. They speak the tongue that you understand. But the moment they're in office, the English they speak will shock you. Yeah, during campaigns, they will move around all villages and towns. They'll be speaking your tongue so that you understand them. The moment they go into office, they start speaking the Queen's language. Ladies and gentlemen, Africans at large, I want you to take a moment and imagine an African continent that speaks one language. It may take some time. You may say there are so many languages in Africa. We cannot manage. That is nonsense. I mean, for we can manage. How did we manage to learn how to speak English? What can make you fail to learn how to speak Kiswahili or speak some other language from another country? What can stop you from learning? One step at a time, my brothers and sisters out there. One step we shall get there. As long as we speak their language, we'll still be in bondage. Mark my words. They will not like this video, but I'm telling you, as long as we speak their language to address serious issues that affect our well-being, believe me, you will forever be in bondage. I hope you are getting me right. Yeah, it will hurt, but it's the truth. Some of you, you say, but how do we communicate? Even you in the video, you're using English. Well, at the moment, I'm in bondage. I am being forced to speak this language. Because I know you will not understand me, my brother. Because they denied us the right to talk to each other. They denied us the right to mingle, to jail, to mingle with each other. Because they know to say, the moment these guys know the truth, the moment they know what was happening in Africa 500 years ago, we'll be in trouble. They know. Oh, they will not like this video. Yeah, I'm telling you. A lot of African leaders that came out in the open and said, we are not going to stand with you. We are going to stand against this. They were taken out. They were either bombed, hanged, or even a firing squad in front of their own people. You know why? They have played their cards too well. Back in high school and secondary school and basic schools. Go back to your schools, leaders, presidents of Africa. Go back to your schools. Look at the syllabus. Look at what your people are learning, what you have been learning. you understand why the African mind is still caged up to date. And you know, the most strategic people that stepped into Africa first, the missionaries, that one was a checkmate. I'm telling you, the missionaries, that one was a checkmate for Africans. It was a checkmate. A checkmate. Please, someone who plays chess, explain what a checkmate is to my friends that don't play chess. It was a checkmate. The moment that missionary stepped in your country, stepped in your land, stepped on your land, it was a checkmate. These chaps planned it so well. They said, before we start using force, please go and preach. Yeah, someone will not like this. Yeah, I'm telling you, for who? They knew to say we need first to change the way they think. Because if these people continue thinking the way they think, we are going to have difficulties. I'm telling you. They know that the moment these people come together, these countries, they come together, we are not going to get what we want. Especially this time, the way the world is moving. They know, so we will not get what we want. That's why they are too quick to take out whoever stands against them. They are very quick. I'm telling you, for who? They are too quick to turn an African person against their own African people. They will turn them against them. So you find an African person defending the Western world. You even wonder to say, what happened to this guy? This guy was brainwashed. I'm telling you, for who? African leaders, go back to your syllabus. What your children are learning in schools, what you learned in schools was the wrong stuff. And I am sorry to be the bearer of bad news. Yeah, I'm telling you, some of your children, they don't know where they come from. Trust me, a person who does not know their identity is incapable of achieving anything. I'm telling you. There will always be something missing in your life. You don't know where you come from. You don't know your identity. You don't know your history. You know why? The design was meant to make us look mumu, to make us look dumb. Yeah. Okay. We have a lot of work, Africans. I'm telling you, we have a lot of work. If in your country you have a leader that stands against the Western world, that even talks and does not bow down to the Western world, you are very lucky. I know being lucky, you may not have everything, but you are very lucky. Trust me, Africa is realizing its value. And I hope your leaders in your country, they also know Africans' value. Some of you, your countries, they are very powerful. They are very powerful. The minerals your countries have, some of us even get scared and say, these people have this mineral. We even get shocked. I hope one day your leaders wake up and see your potential. I hope one day your leaders wake up and say, no, this country is powerful. I'm telling you, they can eliminate one person, but believe me tomorrow another one will be born. They will not like this video. I'm telling you. Go and tell your leaders that I think it's time we change things in the education system. I'm telling you, and I'm not talking about the universities and the colleges. No. I'm talking about where the brain is developing, that stage where the brain is developing. The young stage, the young minds. Kindergarten, the children. You need to revisit the history they are learning. You need to revisit the Christianity. I don't know if it's Christian or Christianity they are learning, or the religion they are learning. You need to revisit it. Revisit it. African leaders, I hope you are listening. Revisit it. I beg of you. Because believe me that's where the bondage starts from. Stop teaching us unnecessary things. Stop teaching us nonsense. We are not benefiting in any way. It's just caging our mind. That's why an African mind is very hard to accept our brothers and sisters, even when they are trying to do something good for us. Because we have been caged already from our young minds, our young state. We have been caged. For what? For who? Remind your leaders that they need to go back to the syllabus. What are the children learning in your country? Are the children learning the right history, especially on history? Believe me, somebody needs to wake up and tell the history of Africa the way it's supposed to be taught in these schools. There's something missing. Somebody needs to take us back to the roots. I mean, for what for? For who? Our history has been denied to us. We have adopted things like democracy. We have adopted things like education, and yet we still do not understand exactly how they are supposed to be fed to our mind. No one understands. I mean, for what for? For who? African leaders, please go back to the education system. That's where the problem started from, or starts from. Believe me, they planned it so well. They planned it so well. If your governments will not accept and change anything in the education system, some of you parents have a responsibility to teach your children where they come from. Some of you in your homes, there are no books stocked for African history. Nothing. There's only nonsense. Netflix. What? Nonsense in a home. No proper information that a child can learn from outside school in your homes. Nothing. No, the chap needs to go to school the following day. If schools close, even the chap's brain closes. Just be home, waiting for schools to open so they can feed that chap wrong information. They will not like this video. Yeah, life is hard, but it is what it is. Wrong information is being fed at a very young age, so that when you grow up, you don't think straight. It's even a joke when you hear someone says, no, Africa is the food basket of the world. Have you seen the confusion that is in Africa and the poverty that is there? You. Come on, get out of here. Just looking at Ghana itself, in Ghana, the history that is in Ghana is so rich that if you taught an African mind that history, it changes the perception of how an African thinks. I'm telling you, I mean, for who? Trust me. The slave castles that were in Ghana, some of you, your forefathers, they passed through Ghana, suffering. Some of you, these Bibles that you run around preaching through Ghana, they were in Ghana. The inception was in Ghana. The history is so rich that it will change your mindset. But tell me how many African countries teach that history in schools? Tell me how many? How many African countries have serious documented books? Some of the names we don't even know. We don't have the record. The history in our schools, oh my. The most rubbish history we are learning in our high school. The most rubbish history. Someone just woke up and said, no. I think we need to emphasize the issue of human rights in schools. Even children, they need to know their rights. Because someone is paying money for that agenda to be pushed, so that your children cannot be controlled the moment they are manipulated. The only answer you receive from a child is, I know my rights. But there's no one pushing an agenda of you learning the African history. No one. No one is teaching you about the Dada Idi Amins of Africa, the Patrice Lumumba, the Thomas Sankara, who is this one? My favorite. The one who turned the whole country from a desert to a, hey, come on now. No one is pushing that agenda. Because, not to say, the moment they know where they come from, it will be a problem. Instead, let's teach them about human rights. Yeah, someone right now is pushing an agenda of the confusion of a he-he-she-she and a she-she-she-she. They will not like this. I'm telling you, I mean, for who? They will not like it. But it's the truth. They will spend so much money for that information to be grasped by Africans. They will spend so much money and push that agenda. But no one is there to push the agenda of you Africans to learn your own history and where you come from. No one is going to push that agenda. Some of you Africans, you fight without knowing the reason why you are fighting. I'm telling you. The confusion is real. Yeah, I'm telling you. You fight, serious fights. You hate your neighbor, you hate the other language, you hate the other tribe, but you don't understand. It's not just about the economy, the politics. No. Go back to the syllabus. Huh? That is them. We'll stop shipping them from country to country. But we are going to hold them in bondage in their own countries. Huh? Have you heard what I've just said? Hey, please push this video back. Whoo! They planned it so well. They said, no. Make them countries. Let them have borders. They can't speak the same language. There'll be a problem. Even in the last video I said, it's high time we become clever as Africans. You see, this same language that we use, the Queen's language, this English we use, we can even use it to our advantage. In the meantime, you understand what I'm saying, huh? We can use it in the meantime because we understand each other like that. We can use it. And with time, we can speak our own Kiswahili. We can speak our own Kikaonde. We can speak our own Lozi, Nyanja, Bemba, Tumbuka. We can speak it fluently amongst ourselves. You see, our forefathers a long time ago, they were very much able to communicate with one another, even when the other person came from the other region. Look it up. I'm telling you, for who? Even if it was a different tribe, it was a different culture, our forefathers still understood each other. They were even able to say that one comes from that region, they speak that language, There was still dialogue. There was room, they would leave room to learn other people's language in other regions. The white man said, no, let's do it for our children to come. This is where food is. If these people, we don't control them now, we are likely to become very poor. Now let's turn the poverty on them. Life is hard. That's how things changed. Trust me, the Western world's forefathers planned it so well. They planned it so well. So well. In so many sectors. Please remind your leaders in your countries that I think there's need to revisit our history. It may sound like a lot of work, but believe me it will be worth it. The language we call official language, the Queen's language, has brought nothing but harm to our continent. Believe me for who? Trust me, it has. And you know, they were very clever. They only picked that topic and that topic and that topic and talked about one person. And then you are there, you are thinking, no, I've learned about Africa. Africa's history, believe me is huge. The day that you take some time and learn the African history, even the way you think will change instantly. I'm telling you, for who? They will not like this video. Bye.